Let's talk about understanding bull-like emotions and emotional intensity. Bull-like emotions? What does she even mean? You might wonder. Well, have you ever had intense passion and emotional intensity and to a point that you felt like you were going to burst? But you felt like you couldn't do that. It's not socially acceptable, so you just repress it in yourself. Well, here's the thing. We all have emotions that are intense and filled with passion. These emotions are often hidden within us, waiting to come out. We tend to submerge these emotions in our hearts and bodies with the fear that they won't be appreciated or encouraged. But could we be wrong? I think we can. And I know when I say bull-like emotions, you might feel like, wow, that's so aggressive of a term for emotions. But it doesn't have to be, because we all are humans who have parts of animals, right? Leaders are like lions, or people who are rare are like unicorns. So it doesn't have to be a bad term. Also, many times we ignore these emotions, feeling as though they won't affect us. But deep down, I think they do. And I'm not trying to generalize here. However, I do have to share that some personalities are high in emotional intensity and passion. And I am one of them. Over the years, unfortunately, or fortunately, you tell me, trauma has made me calmer. So, here I don't think being calm is always a positive change. However, working with art has helped me express and bring out my passionate side, my intense emotional side. And I do believe that there is a huge difference between expressing sheer anger or resentment and expressing passion or emotional intensity. Unfortunately, both can appear the same, as though somebody is venting out, but they can feel very different. When somebody is angry or resentful, they may express themselves in ways that might shut them down, or make us feel like we are shutting down, or make us feel small, or make our body shrink. On the other hand, when a passionate and emotionally intense person expresses their emotions, it can feel inspiring and make us feel more human. It compels us to forget our self-conscious ways of emoting, or not emoting even, just to come across as an adult. When we see artists or poets express themselves in these open mics or gatherings, they're often expressing their deepest and strongest emotions, ones that they can either bring people closer or push people away with their emotional intensity. And you may ask, what do I do with these emotions? Well, you have to process them, right? So you write, paint, or dance to express them. And today, I want to talk about painting as a form of expressing our bull-like emotions or our intense emotions. If you've ever noticed a bull, they can feel heavy, masculine, aggressive, have horns, out to charge. And an article on bull symbolism as an animal symbolism for humans mentions that bulls often visit us as spirit guides in dreams, especially if we have a personality trait of a bull. And they can appear as a calm presence, encouraging us to change our perspective. But bulls can also represent stubbornness, determination, confidence, and the ability to handle difficult situations. They may also bring out inner strength, willpower, and our deepest desires. We can look at our intense emotions as bull-like, heavy, powerful, sometimes aggressive, and waiting to emerge like the horns of bulls. So how do we express these emotions? Well, when we talk about expressing through painting, we can use any emotion to paint how we feel. And yes, it is difficult to do that when we are imitating an artist's artwork or we are doing it through fine art. But it's not that difficult when we're using abstract art. The painting behind me is an abstract artwork. Similarly, you can allow the emotions that make you feel as though you have bull-like emotions that are ready to surge. Again, the intense passion, emotions of intense emotions, sometimes even just sheer creativity and inspiration tucked away deep inside of you, waiting to come out. And if we give these emotions a color, a brush, a name, or not a name even, but some time and space on a canvas sheet, on a canvas paper, or a canvas, and let our emotions out. Use strokes that feel natural. Use strokes that feel intuitive. Use strokes that feel as though those bull-like emotions are being heard, are being channeled through your creativity. And we can paint emotions of anger, resentment, sadness, aggression, fear, anything. Because a bull-like emotion could be anything that's intense and within us. And here the important point is that once we do make these paintings and express ourselves, it's very important for us to recognize that it is possible for us to express our bull-like emotions, embrace the process of expressing it through creative mediums like painting, and embrace our bull-like personality. Because these emotions, when channeled in the right manner, can actually be constructive. For example, bulls push a lot, right? They have a lot of strength, they're big animals, they're aggressive with pushing. So you can use all that energy to push something in your life that's not moving. It might be a goal, an idea, something you're working on, your energy, your frequency, whatever it is. And you can go forward. It's also very masculine. And masculinity helps us, again, with action. You can use that energy there. They're filled with passion. And you use that passion to create something that really matters to you, helps you love yourself, the world. So it's not all that bad to have intense, passionate emotions or bull-like emotions, is what I want to say. I hope this video helped you embrace your passionate emotions, and I hope that today you will take out some time to make a stroke, a picture, have a moment with a canvas where you're able to reflect whether you have a bull personality with bull-like emotions, and if you'd like to express them and see what comes up. Maybe you'll just see a different side to yourself. But recognizing, acknowledging, and embracing that side is very important, because if you don't, you're actually repressing parts of you that are beautiful as well. And I know a bull is not like a peacock, but a bull is quite majestic in its own way. So why not embrace it, right? Also, who am I? I've been speaking for the past almost 10 minutes. You must be wondering, who's this person? Hi, my name is Pranita Rao. I am a former dentist, published science author, an intuitive abstract artist, and an energy worker. I work with people around the globe who are energetically sensitive, psychic, empathic, highly sensitive, artistic, and help them move from a place of self-neglect to self-love. If you're somebody who wishes to work with me one-on-one through coaching, please do reach out to me to book a paid appointment with the link in my YouTube channel bio. I assure you that if you're somebody who wants to work on yourself regularly, long term, I'd be happy to support you. And if you'd like to learn more about highly sensitive people, art, Reiki, angels, slow living, please do check out the content on my YouTube channel. And I also have blogs where there's a lot of free content. The links for them are also in the description of this video. Please know that if you're struggling with any problem under the umbrella of sensitivity, there's a lot of educational content in the world, and a lot of it is in the platforms that I've built in the past 3-4 years. So make sure you make full use of it. Thank you once again. I hope you have a great day ahead. And if you do have a moment with your bull-like personality and discover something, you make a painting, could be a very childlike painting as well. That's beautiful too. Feel free to share it in the comment section below. I'd love to learn your experience and know as to what did you find out about your bull-like personality. What's the primary emotion that comes out for you? And again, before we end this video, I'd like to clarify that here I'm not talking about aggression or being violent like a bull. When I talk about bull-like emotions, I'm talking about intense passion and intense creativity and just intense feeling that could look aggressive, but when you feel it, it feels really nice and inspiring. You know, when you listen to a poet speaking about climate change, it's a lot of intensity to it. Sometimes it throws you back. I'm talking about such intensity. So I hope that's clear. I don't want to promote anger and expressing anger in violent ways in any way. And I hope that after this video, you get a chance to look at bulls differently. Thank you very much once again. Bye.